Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Yes. How's that for a countdown? We got music, we got spinning wheels.
Pretty.
Yeah, we're upgrading. We are upgrading. Yeah. Hello, Pam. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, good. I see people coming on here, so let them all come on, come on, come on, people. And
Yeah.
hello and welcome, welcome to my Facebook Live through StreamYard, which I love, Pam. And it's my lovely guest and friend and colleague, Pam Coronado. And welcome, everybody. Welcome. Hope you are having a good day. Many blessings to everyone who is watching and to around the world where it is so needed. Yeah, I get that. Yeah, the people over in Ukraine. In Russia, a lot going on there. So, but the time, we just wanted to take a little time with you all and just welcome you. I wanted to bring Pam Coronado on here, Pam, because a lot of people, just give another minute, let people come on.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people, I don't know about you, Pam, a lot of people are going for, they still get intuitive readings, psychic readings, mediumship readings, all kinds of readings. But a lot of people lately, I'm getting a lot of requests. How can I get my own intuitive answers? Pam, how can I do this? Am I psychic? Or people may say to me, when did you obtain your powers? And I think powers is a strong word. I just call it an ability. So I don't know if you're getting more feedback, Pam, about teaching, others how to do it. Yes?
Yeah. I think anxiety is so high out there in the world
Yeah.
right now that people are trying to figure out how to go within and get their own answers for sure.
Absolutely. Yeah. There's a lot of static out there, everyone, too, though. All right. There is a lot of noise out there. And if you're sensitive, because the word empath, I think we all are. But, that word is so popular lately. Some people are more sensitive than others. There is a way to turn up your ability, your sensitivity, and turn it down also. So we'll just touch base on that. But we are teaching, two of us and other teachers. A lot of people want to know how to understand the mechanics of their own intuitive ability. And notice too, Pam, when you say psychic, right? Everyone's like, ooh, they got the woo-woo going on. The minute you say intuitive, everybody's okay with that. First of all, everyone, we're all intuitive. We're all psychic. If you have a soul, if you're watching us, you have a soul. It comes with the package. All right. I think, Pam, what I tell people is every kid is psychic. All right. When they're born, they're quite, you ever see a little kid? I mean, I'm not a mother or I'm not a mom or a dad. I have a dog, but I see little kids like 3 and 4. They're so free, right? They're jumping around, they're dancing, they're coloring, they're drawing pictures. You might see, I've seen kids draw pictures of a green person or a red person crayon or blue. How do we know, Pam? They're not really seeing the color of the person also, right? So every kid is like that. And then we start school at the age of what, Pam? 6, 5, 6, 7?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yep. And that's when the right creative side takes a back seat because the left analytical side comes in because you have to start learning math, spelling, listening to teachers, the analytical. So I think, Pam, too, that life pushes that intuitive side away from us. Yeah.
Correct.
And only, I just wish that they would bring it back into, or if they taught that in school also. You have logic, which I'm not putting down. You have intuitiveness, all right, or intuition or psychic, which just means of the soul, if they could do it together. So there is a way to have logic and your intuitive abilities together also. Yeah, Pam?
Yeah. And I think a lot of adults tend to dismiss things as, just a crazy kid's imagination. This kid has a real wild imagination. When you don't know, they may be getting truly getting intuitive information. And if we try not to shut them down, if we listen to them, I think that's important.
Yeah. You know what, too? I always say, Pam, when I'm doing lectures, or smaller workshops or whatever, if you have a kid, whether it's just your child, a small child, niece, nephew, grandkid, if your child is saying to you, everyone, Mom, Dad, Grandma, Aunt, Uncle, I don't like that person. Instead of you saying, oh, stop it. What are you talking about? Listen to your kid. Yes, it could be their imagination, but most likely, everyone, they are seeing the person as they really are. And why is that, Pam? Because nobody told them that they're not supposed to, correct?
Right.
Yeah. They do see it. So just It's not like you're going to interrogate your child, but it's like just listen to your child. If they're meeting someone for the first time, they say, and they feel uncomfortable, they're like little psychic Geiger counters, right? I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, they can see that. And animals too, yes?
Just like dogs. Yeah.
Yeah. If you're an animal, everyone, say you have a dog and it's wagging its tail. I always like to use golden retriever because goldens are like, oh, how you doing? How you doing? If your dog is looking at a wall and nothing is there and it's wagging its tail, most people say this, look at stupid dog. What is it doing? It could be seeing something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because why? Because nobody told them they're not supposed to. But I wanted to bring Pam Coronado on because she's not just a psychic. She's a psychic. Is that what you call yourself, though, Pam? A psychic detective or intuitive investigator? What is the official Pam Coronado?
The official logo says intuitive investigator, but people are always going, well, what is that? What's that mean?
Yeah.
So they know what a psychic detective is because they've seen them on TV.
Right.
But intuitive investigator, I think, doesn't carry the same, I'm sad to say it, but the same negative connotations sometimes as the word psychic, which
Right.
people have a lot of misunderstandings around.
Right. And why is that? A lot of people, they see, I think a lot of when they watch TV or a movie or a TV drama or a series or whatever, they always portray us as more than what it is. It's over dramatized. I don't see scary things. Pam might, we'll get into
I
that
do.
for a second. Pam does, but it's not like television where you see this 3D rift or a vision sparkle right in front of you. At least I don't get it that way. It's very, very subtle. So stay away with how they're portraying. I think it's fun watching those TV shows. Okay, I enjoy watching them because there's enough of them on TV. But that's not how we really perceive things as an intuitive, as a psychic. So, and I wanted to bring Pam on here to talk a little about her work. And the title for the Facebook Live, okay, through StreamYard is Expanding Your Psychic Ability. Because most people think, Pam, that psychic ability is all about predicting the future when it's so much more. And there's so much more you can get from it. You could learn, once you learn how to tap into your intuitive abilities, your psychic ability, it can help you with your work, it can help you with relationships, it can help you with your health. It can help you with your family, know things ahead of time. Imagine going into a meeting, Pam, or a book deal, and you just quiet yourself using your ability. I wonder what they're going to ask me. You may feel something, hear something, or see a symbol. So you can get a little information before you have a situation happen to give you a little heads up. But Pam, when it comes to expanding psychic ability, there's so much more we can do with this. Some people go into medical intuitive, become a medical intuitive. Some people, intuitive guidance. Some people, like yourself, go into detective work, Pam. Yeah. So, Pam, let me start off this. So, is there a definition that you want to give for a psychic detective or an intuitive investigator?
A big part of what I do. I work a lot as just a psychic too, but in my role as a psychic detective, I have kind of landed on missing persons. So I do a lot of missing persons work. That's probably 90% of the work that I do.
Wow.
So for me, it's just trying to help families bring closure and answers and see the location that that they're trying to find in real life.
Yeah.
And and I'm not godlike. I don't have all the answers. That's one of the, I think, misconceptions, is that if I'm on the case that I'm going to know everything.
Right. Yeah.
I'm not going to know everything. I'm going to get bits and pieces. Things are going to be blurry sometimes. So I'm not godlike.
Right.
I'm still human. I'm still human. I'm a human with insight.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And Pam and I worked together on a TV series many years ago. That's how I got to know her. But psychic detective work is not for me. I tried it once with a company, a TV production company in Australia. I can't do it for myself. I'll deal with people who have passed over, deal with the soul. But Pam, she was the president of the Remote Viewing, or vice president of the Remote Viewing Association. Pam, correct? Yeah, RMV. Yep, remote viewing. And also author. She had her own show. If she looks familiar, like, why does she look familiar? She had her own TV show also called Sensing Murder, which was it on the Bio channel or something?
It was on Discovery, Investigation Discovery.
That's right. So how did you go from being a psychic and intuitive to being known. Now you see everybody, okay? This is real now. All right. This is what I love about Pam. All right. Not you're a little woo-woo, but not really. You see all those badges behind her? Those have been given to her by police officers or people that she has helped working with the police. Now, a lot of cops are not going to announce that they're using someone like Pam, but they do when they have no other leads and they cannot find an answer. Most likely they're going to call an intuitive investigator or a psychic detective. And Pam is one of the best, everyone, in the country. So how did you, yeah, it's true, Pam. Come on, you're so down to earth with this and grounded, you know. So how did you go from being a person who reads for people, or Pam, were you reading for people and then the psychic detective stuff happened? No, it didn't.
Psychic detective stuff happened first.
Wow, go ahead.
And then I got into doing personal readings and personal readings are like vacation for me.
Yeah.
I love talking to people who are just having normal issues and normal, things. But I started training. I trained with Bevy Jagers. Some people may have heard of her. Alan Bond, he trained me in understanding dream work. And but I was very fortunate to be able to study under Bevy Jagers for a while before she passed. And she had a group of actually current law enforcement that she was training. So she was training them to use their psychic sense. They call it the blue sense. And she threw me in that group with her detective friends. And so I kind of got thrown right into the pool there.
So Bevy Gate, she has passed away. I've seen a couple of her small books on psychometry, on psychic ability. But so here is a woman, right, who's really good at her craft or her ability, training police departments and police officers.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And so you got into that. Was that after your dream? Why don't you tell the?
That was after my dream. Yeah. I had reached out. You guys will find this story on the internet all over the place. I've told about having a dream about a missing woman and then stepping forward and helping find her location.
And this is before she was known, everybody.
Yeah, I didn't know. I was just a mom with 3 kids, and I wasn't. I never saw myself as psychic or anything like that. And then I had this dream, and because it was so upsetting to me and scary, and I didn't know what was happening, I reached out to Alan Bond to understand all the dreams I was having, and then he introduced me to Bevy, and then she took me under her wing and wow. Trained me. And so my skills are trained. I think that's one of the misconceptions people have too, is that you just have this, some people have this ability and some people don't. Some people are just naturally intuitive and some people aren't. It's a skill set that can be developed. So I always think of it as like playing the piano. Anybody can sit down and plunk out a tune on the piano, but with training, you're going to learn how to play, beautiful masterpiece. So I think training is the key for getting you to understand how it works and bring the best out and all of that.
Wow. And when you're doing the work, you go out on the field, or do you have any special equipment that you bring with you, or is it just you, the vessel, the mechanics? You are the vessel. I mean, it's not like she's carrying a crystal ball, everyone. She is the crystal ball. Yeah. So
I am the crystal ball. I bring photos. I work with photos, so I do bring a photo of the missing person with me. And other than that, I'm sort of the frequency, as you've demonstrated too. That's how I first came across you, was watching you demonstrate standing at a crime scene, it wasn't necessarily a crime scene, but standing in a scene where something had happened, and you you were able to replay everything that happened.
And I didn't even know it had a name for it. I mean, one of the investigators or teachers, I think it's Gary Schwartz, called it Hans Holzer called it place memory, everyone. Mm-hmm. And just really quickly, I didn't even know it was a thing. When I was studying to be a medium, Pam, over in England, we had a woman who would run she ran a spiritualist church, but she would take the students out to different locations at castles that nobody lives at anymore, or buildings that were historical sites, and a historian would be there, and the place would just be empty, and the walls, and these huge estates. And she would give us a pad of paper, and she said, "Here, now go in there, open up your senses, and tell me what you pick up in each of the rooms." Well, I did that. I went in there, and I would come back, and I said, "Well, I understand this. I think this is where royalty slept." And there was something about a fire, and I would go on, and then the historian would be like, "That's true. That's true. That's true." So when the show came, everyone, Mediums We See Dead People.
Yes, Mediums
Yeah,
We See Dead People.
I was featured, and Pam was featured. James from Prague was featured. There were 2 other people that were featured. So when the producers called me, everyone, they said, "So we have somebody already doing mediumship. What can you do?" And I said, well, what about going to a location? And she said, "That's perfect." I said, "The only way I will do it for you is you have to blindfold me, because I don't want the bull of people saying he knew where he was going." They blindfolded me and took me to the shirtwaist factory where there was that fire and 90 women passed away. And it was very emotional. Now, everyone, it wasn't haunted, but because of the scene at that location was so traumatic, it left a snapshot in the ether. It left like a psychic snapshot in the ethers. And I was able to vision. Now, I'm not seeing them like right in front of me, but I explained there was a fire. I went towards a window where that's where the women, I don't want to get into it too much because it's too graphic, but that's what happened. And when I saw Pam doing the psychic detective work, I thought that was fascinating. So I want to show everyone, or tell everyone, there's so much more. Once you learn to understand what your psychic strengths are, you can take this work into many places. All right. And you may use it for yourself. You may take a leap of faith, which comes with a lot of work in doing this for people. I decided to have a life of service, just like you, Pam. But I have to applaud you for working with murders and missing people and moms and dads, and they're looking for their kid, not knowing, are they alive? And how long have you been doing this, Pam?
25 years.
Amazing. And are you always on a case, Pam, like every week, every month? I mean, wow.
Always.
Wow.
Always on several. I usually have a few of them all going at the same time, but I'm always on a case. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. And it's this, and little did I know too, that with some of Pam's techniques, which we'll talk about too, there's a formula to some of them also. So I have to applaud you, Alan Vaughn, who I met was the nicest guy in Santa Monica. Never had the privilege of meeting Bevy. Maybe not here. Maybe when it's my time over there, I'll meet her. But Laura, are there anybody asking questions about their own intuitive ability? Any question at all, Laura? And once you understand how to open up everyone, you can close it down. There's no reason why you have to be nervous or get all jittery in crowds or be affected by another negative person. I always say, Pam, learn how to control your ability.
Yeah.
So it doesn't control you. You are so it is not the master of you. You are the master of it. It's an ability. So when my students say, I can't shut it off, then you're untrained. All right.
Yeah.
So can everyone see? Everyone can see and hear you. You're on the okay. Did I see a question up there, Laura? I think I did see one. I didn't catch it.
And I want to say something while she's working on that too. Is not everyone's going to choose a life of service. Not everybody's going to take intuition and use it as a career or something like that. Everybody can benefit from using it in their own personal life.
That's right.
As a guidance system in making decisions and just always sort of listening to your inner self and your inner guidance. Right. You're going to flow through life a lot easier. And so it's not always, everybody's not going to choose it as a career path, but it is such a valuable guidance system for your life just in general. I just think it's really beneficial for everybody to start listening.
Right. It's part of you, Pam, right? And some people, they take the spiritual classes, but forget about the physical side of themselves. Some people are so physical, which is great to stay grounded. They forget about the spiritual side of them. And one gentleman, he said, why would I want to be sensitive, Pam? Why would I want to even do this with all the stuff that's going on in the world? Sure. I said, wow, sir. I said, because I said, sir, you're a physical being and a spiritual being. If you only live one side, you're living a life half lived, right? But it's like Pam said, you can use this at work, with your family, with yourself. It's a big responsibility to do this for people where you see someone one-on-one or on stage or in a group, because people's lives are in your hands, Pam.
Mhm.
That's why if you're going to learn this, do it right, learn the mechanics. And we got Deborah. Hey, Deborah, how do you strengthen your intuitive skills? Well, yeah, where do we begin, Deborah? Where do we begin? But I am a big advocate, though, Pam. You know this. I tell all the
Mhm.
people that want to study mediumship, understand how the mechanics of psychic ability works, and
Yeah.
then, if it's meant to be, go on. If you have the potential. But what would you say, Pam, to Deborah? How do you strengthen your intuitive skills? Firstly,
Practice, 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 practice. It's like a muscle that you've never used.
that's right.
So, um, practice really, truly is important. So, I play games all the time. Especially in the beginning when I was learning, I play games all the time. If I was standing in line at the grocery store,
Yeah.
waiting in a long line at the checkout and I was bored, I would just sit there and see if I could imagine what the car looks like that's going to be parked next to me when I come out. And I have a gazillion different ways of practicing. We'd go to a drive-up window to order food when the kids were little, and we'd all see who could describe the person that was going to be at the window. So
Wow.
we'd always try to see who was going to be at the window. So, if you go to work, can you visualize what your coworker's going to be wearing tomorrow? And there's just so many ways. I just play games. I played games with myself all the time,
Right.
just practicing. Nobody had to know, so there was no performance
Yep.
pressure. It was just a fun inner dialogue, and it makes life a little more fun too.
Right. And that, when I was a kid, little did I know, I mean, I was always fascinated by this. My mom, I used to have her pick a number, 1 through 10.
Yeah.
Pick a number, 1 through 10. And sometimes, if when I was a child, I had very bad ears. We go to the Mass Eye and Air Hospital. And if we were in front of the elevators, the 3 elevators, I would try to stand in front of the ones that the doors were going to open. Right. And speaking of supermarkets in line, I always try to, because sometimes, you know how some people, they just zoom through the line and you're right here and you're like, well, wait a minute, I was in line way before them. I always try to use my intuitive ability. It's not always right, because I kind of look at the checker and think it, you know what I mean? But you shouldn't, everyone. I actually, even before, Pam, the cart that's beside you, which one is going to move the fastest? You know what I mean?
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah. And
Hmm.
sometimes I usually get it right. Or
Hmm.
if it's a specific way that I want to go home, I just put it out there. Which way is the easiest to go home? And I trust that fairly. But with the woman, Deborah, also, it's not just that. There's a lot of noise on the outside world. And I know I did a webinar with you once, and you said you got to meditate too. Now, when we say meditate, everyone, we're not talking Om Mani Padme Hum, ringing the bell, just getting quiet. 5 minutes. You have to, you got it on your website too, pamcarrenhow.com. When the mind is quiet, the soul
So,
speaks.
yeah.
Right. Okay. And if you get quiet, and you can get quiet, you can never make your mind go blank. You have to get rid of everything that's going on around you, or at least put it to the side. So intuitive information. We can't even. We all have. I swear, in the States or everywhere, to ADD. Squirrel, shiny thing. It's like you have to get quiet. How
Mhm.
can you even pick up an intuitive hit or a psychic thought when there's so much noise on the outside, everyone? Yeah. Because we're practically glued to these, right? And we
Yeah.
don't even need to use our imagination. This does it for us. These help us, but they also take away from us. Pam, you agree?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Learn, Deborah, Deb, who else, learn about the aura. I always say this, Pam: chakras, aura, meditation, breath. Those four
Yeah.
things, everyone. All right. And if you meditate, and it doesn't have to be the chanting, just 5 minutes, just to to try to put aside those thoughts or monkey mind. Watch the thoughts come in.
Counting breaths. Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
And what do you teach your students, Pam?
That's what
Basically,
I teach them. The
right.
easiest way to get into a meditative state is counting your breaths, because it just gives you a point of focus, gives you something to do, gives your mind something to do. And so, when you lose track and you just go, "Oh, did I pay that bill?" Then you go back to counting. Then you go back to counting, and you can just keep repeating and repeating. And
Yeah.
it's about focus. It's not about clearing your mind. It's about learning focus.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and it is. And we're not talking staring. Just focus. Just focus. And Pam knows this technique. I know it, and a lot of you know this also. Um, we call it the street light technique, right, Pam? Yeah, the street light. Yeah, yeah. So
I know.
yeah, red, yellow.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Follow along there. Okay. Right.
I
So
kind of
Pam
know
and I
what
were.
we're talking
Yeah.
about.
Pam, explain what that is, because it's good practice. But we recommend do it for smaller choices right now in your life. But
Yes,
go ahead, Pam.
yes.
Tell them.
Not whether you're gonna move across the country or
Right.
not or that, but, one of the things, when we were talking about having some sort of just inner guidance just in making decisions and navigating in your own life, sometimes when I'm trying to make a decision about something, um, I will get really quiet. I'll get centered. I drop my focus down into my solar plexus. That's what I
Mhm.
do. And then I ask, is this a good move for me or not? And then I wait and I'll say, show me a red light, a yellow light, or a green light. And then if it's a yellow light, that doesn't necessarily mean no or caution, but it does mean slow down, sort of pay attention, don't rush ahead,
Right.
rethink things.
Right.
But a red is probably a maybe not great,
Yeah.
and green is go for it.
That's
So
right.
again, we don't necessarily want you to jump in and make these decisions on, should I leave my marriage? Should I should
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
should I sell my house and move
Well,
across the country? Yeah, but little decisions while you're learning to have that open communication with yourself.
right. And it's a partnership. You have to like. So Pam, believe. So I have an iPhone. I have an older one, and sometimes I take the case on. I put it on. I take it off. It cracked. Right. So it's under warranty. So just for today, everyone, this is true. I had to call the
He
Apple
does. He
store.
takes that case off and on.
I know, because I put it on a thing in the car, right?
Yeah.
So I called the Apple store and to see if I had a warranty on it. And they said, yes, you do, John. I said, okay. And now the Apple stores are far from me, all right? Not so far, but far enough. He says, we have partners that are in your area also. So he gave me two places. And so now which one am I going to go to? I'm going this afternoon. I got two dogs here. I wanted to go because you never know when you go there because they barely pick up the phone because they're so busy. And I said, all right, which one? I said, should I go to this one, this store? And I got the yellow. Okay. Now, some of you might be thinking, okay, we do this red, yellow, green. How do we? All these people say, well, how do I know I'm not making it green to proceed? Because everyone, in your mind, you want something to be green, but you might get the red. You might get the yellow, just like I did. And I asked him, one was yellow, one was green. So me with my curiosity, I'm like, well, why not this place? So I called them and I waited and I waited. And I said, look, I have an iPhone SE something. The glass broke. Can you repair it? And he says, okay, please hold. Because it's an older phone, they can't fix it there for this type of phone, for that type of glass. All right. And I said, well, that's the reason why I got the yellow. I called the other place. They were like, yeah, sure. Come on in. We have an appointment at 4:40 today. So, see everyone. So,
Yeah.
it really does work, but start off small. Like someone, not should I get this lettuce or should I get that lettuce? Maybe if you have a job interview, like, does this feel right? Does this feel right? Go with that. But yellow doesn't mean no. It could just mean have another look or pause. Right, Pam?
Pause. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pause.
Yeah. And you can use it for basically any. I say start off smaller so you can make sure you know it's not you doing this too, Pam. And they
Yeah.
could use it for what else, Pam? They could use it for, for which job interview should I go for? Go for both, or what? What else could they use that for?
Definitely people. Definitely people.
Yes.
Definitely people in your life. You just think about a person in your world and sort of go into that gut and ask, is this person good for me? And you're not sitting in judgment. You're just, is this person good for me? And then see what you get. Do you get a green light? Do you get a yellow? And you may desperately want a green light, but you're getting a yellow.
Yeah.
So I can, I do use it that way sometimes myself of, is this a good connection for me, or
Yeah.
should I rethink it?
Right. Or you got multiple ways to get home. It's 5 o'clock on a Friday. Should I go this way? Green. Should I go this way?
Yeah.
Red. That's another small way without, making such a big decision too, though. But there
Mhm.
are so many techniques. Laura, you want to put, is there another question that we can help people with, everyone, what with our time here? Do our dreams always mean something, or is stuff from our subconscious? Well, love dreams, love Kevin Todeschi at the ARE. He taught me all about dreams, but go ahead, Pam. I'll let you answer that.
So read the beginning part again.
It says, do our dreams always mean something, or is it stuff from our subconscious?
Uh, I believe they always mean something. Yes, they are stuff. They
Good
are.
answer, Pam. Good
Yes,
answer.
yes, they are coming up from your subconscious. But yes, I believe they always mean something. They always mean something, and
Right.
it is worth your while to learn how to decipher dreams.
Yep.
Absolutely, I think they're brilliant dreams. I have had dreams that were just so profound. Obviously, that's how I got in this work. But
Yep.
I think that they are so clever and so profound sometimes in things. I think of them as sort of my own psychic.
Right.
My dreams are my own psychic.
That's right.
So a lot of times, they'll show me they show us our blind spots a
Yeah.
lot. And so some people have hard time interpreting them because it's your blind spot. But I do think that they're brilliant. I think
That's
they
right.
are always giving you a message, and it's just a matter of learning how to decipher.
Yep. And sometimes sometimes your mind could have a brain dump of the day. In every dream, they're never really so clear sometimes. Now, Pam has prophetic, she has different dreams about people that are missing. But usually when you have a dream, it is really all about you, everyone. If you dream of a house in a dream and your basement is flooded, check your pipes just in
Mhm.
case. But where in your life, if the basement is your physical life, where are you drowning in your life? Where are you being overwhelmed with? If you can't put the brakes on in your car in a dream, check your brakes. Let's get real. But where in your life, you are the vehicle in the dream. I don't care if it's a bus, a boat, a car, you are the vessel in the dream. All right. And you're putting the brakes on, the car's not stopping. Where in your life do you need to slow down? Where
Yeah.
do you need to put the brakes on? You have a dream. Oh, this is a lovely question from this person. All right. You have a dream. You've got hundreds of ants all over you. Who's bugging you?
Yes. Yeah.
See, you have
Yeah.
something. You got a spot on your neck. But I always say too, check it medically. All right, just in case. But something's on your neck. Who's a pain in the neck
Yeah.
for you? That's how dreams work, everyone. And the symbology you can get from dreams, amazing. Kevin Tedeschi from the ARE, his book, the best dream book ever. I so help so promote that. It's like your psychic toolbox. The symbology from your dreams is unbelievable. Your intuition speaks through your dream. Your soul speaks through your dream. Obviously, I'm quite passionate from my hand motions with this dream. But yeah, get me started on dreams.
I
It's like,
know.
that's
I
another
know.
technique. And
I love them
another
too.
thing that I didn't know that Pam was an expert in. Um, every once in a while, you know how we all have photographs, right? Someone would show me a picture of their child, all right, that's like 5 or something. And I'd say, wow, okay. I said, and I look at the photo, and then I will see things around the person in the picture. I'd be like, oh, they're already learning how to play guitar. How could you know that? I said, because I see the guitar in my mind, intuitive eye. And it's not a grandfather saying, ask about the guitar, right? Or I would look at an adult, someone would show their
Yeah.
husband, and I'd say, does he have like a lactose intolerant? Oh my God, he has an allergic reaction to milk and wheat, John. How? From the picture, everyone, because it doesn't matter if you're reading someone one-on-one. Energy is energy. And when Pam and I read, it's all about energy, everyone. But Pam, you use photographs I didn't know that you have a specific, now I know, there is a formula to doing this, correct?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, I use it for so many different things, but I use it in my psychic detective work. Bevy's the one who taught me. That's how I tune into a missing person, is through their photo. And that just helps me connect with their energy.
Yeah.
But you can use it for so many different things. I think it's just such an incredible life skill. I tell this story. I tell it to be funny. I'm not trying to be too flippant, but this really, really happened in one of my classes. And I had put up a picture of a handsome young man, and I was trying to teach students to look at a photo and see if they could tell if somebody was had violent tendencies in them, or if they were safe, if they were, you know, a normal, safe type of upstanding person. And several of the women in class said, "Oh, that guy's super cute. Is he single?" He was cute. He was also a terrorist. So I said, you guys need to learn this technique, because you can use it if you are going to, you know, if you're going to think about hiring a babysitter, for example, or you're trying to decide between a few candidates to hire for a job.
That's right.
Now, you know, nowadays everybody's got a photo attached to their resume. So,
Online dating. That's what
online
Pam said.
dating is,
I never even thought of that. Everything is online dating. And of course, you got the beautiful person with the teeth and the smile, but Pam
mhm,
teaches you how to look beyond that, just get to the real. And it's not face reading. Okay. That's a whole different thing.
yeah,
Okay.
it's not
It's with,
feature reading.
yeah, it's looking into the photograph. But who would have thought, Pam? Online dating, business associates, learning how to connect to some mediums use photographs to connect to people on the other side.
Yep.
Pets. And then Pam and I got into this so much. I said, well, you can also scan land,
Yeah.
property, a car.
Mhm.
Some people can scan a body. So it doesn't matter if you're looking at a photograph or a piece of land. I mean, a person in the photograph or a piece of land. The stuff
Yep.
that you can get is amazing with photographs. And I said when she started talking about this, now I do it anyways, but Pam does more of it professionally. I said, Pam, we've got to teach this. We've
Mhm.
got to teach this. How can the two of us teach this? So we did say together next Thursday for 3 hours, right? Me first, and then Pam come on, and then there's a Q&A. So if that's something
I
like
think
how
it's a
to,
Saturday, not Thursday, but
I'm sorry, yes, you're right, March 12th.
Saturday.
Sorry, I'm so used
Yeah.
to teaching on Thursday for 3 hours, right, Pam? And the benefits of it, everyone. It's besides it is pretty cool to do it, but think about where you can, whether you have you can use it if you're an intuitive, learn how to use it more in your work. You can do an online dating. Why
Mhm.
not go there and see if that works? So we're going to put up there's different techniques, different photos. We're going to have the attendees read, and then we'll give feedback because we'll know who they are. I'm just looking forward to it, Pam. And what's great about this, everyone, is by me teaching first about how to open up, how to get into that place to receive information, whether it's clairsentient, clairvoyant, clairaudient, I get to watch Pam teach too. So I'm like a student watching this at the same time. So the two of us together next week, next Saturday, March 12th from 2 to 5, and we'll put the link right there. But Pam, I'm so excited about this because it is
I know.
something that I've done, but I
Yeah.
didn't know that there was ways to expand on it. That's why I call this Facebook Live expanding your psychic abilities. It's so much more than just predicting the future. It's part of you, everyone. You might as well learn. And this is just picture reading. We're teaching you not to look at the photo. We're teaching you to look in to the photo with people too. I am excited. I can't wait to see what the students come up with and watching you, Pam. Yeah.
Mhm. And
Yeah.
even, you know, even beyond the which person would you hire thing, which we've played with before, which is super fun. It's really fun in class.
Right.
But, you know, I actually have people who are looking at houses to buy, and they send me a picture of the house and say, you know, scan it. Can you scan it? Can you tell me if there are hidden issues in the
That's
house?
right.
Um, and so there's just so many different ways to use this technique. But yeah, houses, vehicles, we had talked about, you could scan a vehicle.
Yeah.
So I am really, really looking forward to it too. It's one of my favorite subjects. It's something I do every single day, every single day.
Wow.
So, so I think I have it down to a science. It doesn't mean I'm perfect, but I definitely have it down to a science. I've been doing it for a long time.
And it's
Um,
popular too, though. I mean, because we've got a number of people. I mean, a number
mhm.
of people because I think because we keep it the price low because we wanted. Remember, everyone, like Pam said, it's a life skill, and just
Yeah.
try it, everyone. It's pretty cool. And you ask a friend, not for this one, I mean, but when you learn some of the techniques, you ask the friend, show me a picture of somebody, whether they're living or past, and see and watch how you can get intuitive information from it. So I'm excited, and it's I'm just signed. Huh, thank you, Marlene. So it is next Saturday, March 12th, from 2 p.m. on the East Coast to 5 p.m., or 11 where you are, Pam, 12, 1, 2 to 2 o'clock there. It's the
Yes,
two of
doing
us.
the
So
math, do the
yeah,
math.
I'm trying, Pam. I just to get so excited with the subject and you. So everyone, how to read photos, Pam Coronado, John Hall, and next week. And if you're interested, we'll put the link right there. And we're going to have to shut down the list soon too, though, Pam, because it is getting full. Yeah.
Yeah,
All
yeah,
right. So it's right through Zoom. So if you're interested,
yeah,
go there. And, today, try that red light, yellow light, green light technique sometime on the small, and just give it a go and see what happens. And Pam, thank you for being here. And all my thoughts to thank you for
welcome.
Laura for setting this up and sending
Yep,
my thoughts and prayers over to to help anything any way we can. Energy is energy over
yep.
to
This is
Ukraine.
why I'm wearing my blue jacket.
Yep, and I got the tan on. It looks
Yeah,
white. I understand. All right,
yeah,
so send your thoughts over there. Color is a big thing, also. I like to send white and the color green for healing. There's so much more that I want to talk to them about, Pam. But come join us next Saturday. You won't regret it, and you'll have some fun. And it's one technique. You just might say, "Wow, this is fantastic," and you excel at. Especially men and women. If you're online dating, once again, just because that dashing person looks great, are they? Let's find
right.
out. All right. So thank you, Pam. I love you. I look
Love you
forward to
too.
seeing you. And everyone have a good rest of your day. Have a soul-filled and soul-led day. And we'll see you next Saturday. All right. Bye, Pam.
Bye. Bye, guys.